Okay, time to add a chart to our worksheet. So we are going to be including non-adjacent ranges in this. So be careful. When you first select your first area, make sure you're not holding your control key down. So I'm going to select A3 through G3, then hold my control key down, A9 through G13. Now if I go up to Insert, I can look at my chart area, and I have some recommended charts, and one of which is the clustered column. That's the first one. So I'll click on that, and I'll click OK, and immediately you'll see I get a tab for Chart Tools with Design and Format. And on the Chart Tools Design tab, there's an option to move this chart. I'm going to hit Move This Chart. I want it to go to a new sheet, and I want it to be called Expense Chart Sheet. Go ahead and do that and click OK, and that will move my chart to its own sheet. So here's my spreadsheet, here's my chart. On my chart I need a title. So the title is up here, it's got a placeholder, so if I double click in that placeholder I can delete it and type in what I want the name of it to be. 6 month projected expenses. Now if I go ahead and reselect that, I can format the text. For instance, I can go to the Home tab and choose Underline to underline it. And then once I'm done, I can click anywhere to deselect it. I do want to add some data labels. So I'll click the chart again to select it. There's a plus that automatically appears. If I click on that, that shows all my different chart elements that I can add. So I'm going to come to where it says Data Labels. I'm going to select that and click on the arrow beside it and choose Outside End because I want the labels to be on the outside end. Once I've done that, you'll notice I now have number labels on my chart. Now I can also filter my chart, so when I click on my chart again, one of the options is the filter button. So if I click on that, you can see I have a bunch of series selected. I can uncheck bonus and salary so it only shows everything else, and click apply, and then it'll only show the site rental, marketing, miscellaneous, and everything else. So I can take the salary and bonus off. To add an access title to the chart, I click on the chart again. We're adding something, so it's a chart element. It's the plus, and we want access titles. Click on the arrow to choose which one, and I want to not do the horizontal, just the vertical one. Okay, so now I want to select the placeholder text over here. So where it says access title, the placeholder for that, I'll delete it out, and I just need a $sign here. So I'll replace it with a $sign. If I right-click on it, I can choose Format Access Title, and then I can make sure that I am on the Titles Option tab, and then I want to click the Size and Properties. I want Rotate All Text 270. Then I'll click Close to close this out. Finally, charts have styles too. So to change the style of a chart, if I look on my Chart Tools tab, my Design tab, you can see there's a ton of chart styles. I want Style 6. Okay, now I want to change how the numbers are formatted on this axis. So to do that, I right-click on it and choose Format Access. And then if I scroll down to the bottom, I have a choice for the numbers. So here, I can choose a number with 0 decimal places, and it will reformat my numbers with 0 decimal places. Finally, let's rename and recolor the sheet tabs. This sheet, Sheet 1, should be renamed and called 6 Month Financial Projection, And then the expense chart, if we right click on that, our tab color should be dark blue text 2. And then the 6-month financial projection sheet should be light turquoise background 2. There we go. Now to reorder these, if I want my chart second, I can click and drag and place it second. Or I can also drag the first in front, which might be the easier way. So if I come up to A1 to check my spelling in both sheets, first of all, when you check spelling, when you run spell check here, make sure you always go to cell A1. And if I hold down my control key, I can also choose the expense chart, so it does both sheets at one time when I hit my review tab and check spelling. There we go. We're also looking at ways to view this chart. So if you click on view, there's an option to change the percentage that you are seeing at one time. You can also do that down here at the bottom. Always more than one way to do things. And then to split a window into panes, you click in a cell. So in this case, we're going to click in E8. And then on the View tab, if you choose the Split button, this will give you multiple windows into your spreadsheet. So you can scroll to the different parts of your spreadsheet and compare. This is especially helpful when you have a lot of columns or rows. Then to remove it, if you come back up and hit it again, it will go away. You can also freeze columns and rows. So if I select B4 and I hit freeze panes, it will freeze everything above and to the left of wherever I clicked. And then to unfreeze, I can unfreeze them again. So last thing, let's do a what-if analysis. If I scroll the worksheet so that row 4 is visible and click in cell A7 and choose split, then that will freeze and I can see those cells. I can scroll so I'm just seeing A6 and then A9. Now, one of the reasons why we use formulas instead of just typing numbers is because they can recalculate things for us. So now if I go to cell B22, where it says salary is 20%, and change that to 25% and hit enter, you'll notice all of my values change. And for B25, if I click in that cell and change it to 3.50, that will change all of my calculations as well. H16, I can change to 3,042,257.75. Hit enter, and that changes my calculation as well. All right, GoalSeek is a very handy tool, so we'll play around with that. Click in H16, which is our total operating income for 6 months, and come to your Data tab. In the Forecast area, click on What If, and we're going to choose to GoalSeek. So we are going to try to get H16 to be this value, 3,500,000, by changing cell B23. So basically, Excel is going to figure out what it has to change B23 to be to make H16 this value right here. I'll click OK, and it will change, and then it will give me my value, and it will change H16 to be the $3,500,000. And it changed the site rental right here to be 4.14. So that is what GoalSeek does, and we are done with this chapter. See you in class.